present to you Mr. Gregory Collier.
Thank you for the great introduction. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'd like to thank Mrs. Harper for inviting me to be with you today. And I'd like to welcome all the parents, family members, and I commend teachers and staff of Northboro Elementary Montessori Magnet School for doing such a phenomenal job with these wonderful children. And to the class of 2013, please stand up. Please stand up. And please remain standing. I'd like the class of 2013, please give your parents and family a warm round of applause. Parents, you are raising some phenomenal, outstanding young men and women. And the class of 2013, please give your teachers, administrators, and staff a warm round of applause. Educators never get as much credit as the hard work they're actually putting in. It's difficult to educate young people. Please have a seat. I am a professional investor. I'm an analyst, I'm an author, and I'm an entrepreneur. I worked in New York City on Wall Street for most of my career, and I relocated to West Palm Beach, Florida, because I think West Palm Beach, Florida is one of the most beautiful places in the world. And I wanted to improve my quality of life when my son was born, so that's why I came down to Florida. So, class of 2013, as you progress in life and as you end up going off to college, graduating, getting good employment opportunities, when you have the opportunity, come back to West Palm Beach, Florida, and bring some money with you. Invest it in the community, invest it in the people here, and make West Palm Beach a better place than it was when and if you leave West Palm Beach. I hope many of you have the opportunity to stay here for your careers. This is a wonderful, wonderful place. I invest in the capital markets, which are the markets where financial securities are bought and sold. I primarily invest long-term, mostly in stocks. A stock is a fractional piece of ownership of a corporation. And I also do some transacting in the short term, seeking profitability. I was blessed to be able to work in New York City and on Wall Street because of my education. But education wasn't always a focus for me. So all of you good students, keep up the good work. Continue working hard. Be confident, but don't ever get arrogant. To all of you students who are not that good, the average students, the poor students, it's time to step up your game. It's time to move things to the next level. It's time to become good students if you're not one already. Don't ever rest on your laurels, good students. I was able to make a transition from being a poor student to a good student. When I was from kindergarten through 8th grade, I consistently ranked in the bottom 3 or 4 of the students in my class. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan. And I just sit in class and I used to say, wow, I wish I was smart like James, Bernard, Derek, Eric, Leah, Nicole, and Janine. And there's a myth out there. There's a myth that smart people don't have to study. I'm telling you, not only do smart people have to study, but it's dumb not to study. So, James, Bernard, Derek, Eric, Leah, Rita, Janina, top students in my class, they did have a high innate level of intelligence. However, it was not their intelligence that caused them to be better students than me. It was the fact that they actually studied. They're actually focusing on their education. They had a plan. They're preparing for the future. I was at home watching TV, playing, doing everything other than picking up books and studying. So that's why I was a poor student. Because once I realized that I had to actually study, that I had to actually work hard, that I transitioned into being a good student. If you think of a good actor, they're not good actors because they're just naturally good at acting. Good actors are good actors because they practice their craft over and over again. And finally, when they get that big role in a play or in a movie, they're able to perform at a high level. If you think of a professional athlete, a good professional athlete, it's not just their athletic talent that took them to the professional league. In fact, they practice over and over again and they perfect their skill set. The same thing is true with your mind. You must continue to develop your mind constantly, over and over again. For the rest of your life, you need to continue to develop your mind to achieve at higher levels. And all of you are outstanding young people. You're all brilliant. Study techniques that might work for one person might not work for another person. So you have to find what works for you. The statistics on education are phenomenal. Someone who drops out of high school, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, is approximately 3 times more likely to be unemployed than someone with a college degree. Someone who graduates from high school but does not go to college is more than twice as likely to be unemployed as someone with a college degree. So this is one of the reasons why education is so important. My brother was a very good student, but he was arrogant. He's still arrogant today. He rested on his laurels. My brother was such a good student that he took achievement tests and always did phenomenal. So on the SAT exam one takes when they're planning to apply for college, he scored in the 98th percentile of math. So he was good enough academically and in terms of his test scores to get into any school in the country, Harvard, Stanford, Yale, MIT, any school in the country. He actually got a scholarship to college. But because he didn't focus on what was important, he flunked out of college. He also hung around the wrong people. Most of his friends in high school, his best friends, what they all have in common is they all went to college and none of them graduated. They all flunked out. And because of that, most of them have struggled in life, struggled financially over the course of time. Whereas people who go and get their education, graduate from college, end up faring much better. Part of what allowed me to make the transition from being a poor student to a good student is I stopped hanging around the wrong people. I looked at who all my best friends were. In junior high and early in high school, overwhelmingly, they were not doing the right things. I thought that the highest level achievement some of them would actually achieve in their life is getting out of jail early for good behavior. And as a matter of fact, some of them are in jail today. One of my best friends from junior high is in jail right now for armed robbery. He didn't focus on his education. He didn't focus on doing the right thing. And it put him in a very bad situation in life. I was fortunate enough to take an executive education course at the University of Oxford in Oxford, England. And these were very experienced people taking this course. There was the CEO of one of the largest banks in India was sitting behind me. A partner at a Scandinavian private equity firm was sitting to my right. Private equity is the field that presidential candidate Mitt Romney participated in. Private equity is what private equity firms do. They're usually partners who get together, and what they do is they invest in startup companies or companies that are struggling, and they attempt to make those companies profitable so they can sell their stake in that company for a profit. Well, we had a guest speaker come to speak. His name is Stuart Hay. Stuart Hay is a partner in the private equity firm of the SL Capital Partners. And he said 6 words I don't ever want you to forget. I want you to remember this. You get home, write it down. Don't ever forget these words. And Stuart Hay knew he was speaking to experienced professionals, but he felt it was so important to say these words that he made sure he emphasized his point. Stuart Hayes said, "You are the company you keep." You are the company you keep. You are the company you keep. If you're hanging around with the wrong people, they're going to drag you down. If you're hanging around with losers like nothing more than to make other people losers also. Winners help other people win. Winners focus on doing the right things. Winners have a positive mental attitude. Winners help uplift their community. They give back to the community by helping others. They help uplift their friends, their business colleagues. That's what winners do. So you're going to have to make a decision as to whether you want to win or you want to lose. Let's move on to junior high school. There's going to be a lot of popular people. And there's nothing wrong with being popular. It's great to be popular. But many of the popular people are not going to be doing the right thing. Many of the popular people are not going to keep God first. They're not going to give back to the community by helping others. They're not going to have a plan for the future. They're not going to be prepared for the future. Because of that, they're not going to have a good future. And many of them are going to try to drag other people down so that they don't have a good future also. Those are not the people you want to be around. In junior high, those are not the people you want to be around in high school or in college. So you must choose your friends wisely. Having the wrong friends or associates can get you in a lot of trouble and cause you a lot. You are the company you keep. You control your destiny. Destiny is not determined by where we're born, whom we're born to, or how we're labeled by others. Destiny is determined by sweat and tears. Those of you who have a plan and prepare yourself for the future, you control your destiny. And those of you who don't have a plan and don't prepare yourself for the future, also control your destiny. We all control our destiny for better or for worse. But you go out into the world and you move into junior high school, on to college, remember, you are the company you keep. And you control your destiny. I'm going to leave you one bit of financial knowledge. It's called the Rule of 72. Some of you might have heard of it, some of you might not have heard of it. But the Rule of 72 is a way to approximate how long it takes money to double at a particular rate of interest. So if you take the number 72 and you divide it by a number, let's say 4, representing 4%, you end up with 18. So if you take 72 divided by 4, you get 18. What that means is it will take money 18 years to double at 4%. Whatever you end up doing in your career, I suggest you choose something that you like. I know you're just transitioning to junior, so you have time to make that decision. But it's much better, in my opinion, to do something you like, do something you love, and just do something for money. The Rule of 72, and you invest whatever you earn. You save money, you invest whatever you earn with knowledge, skill, and appropriate risk management. You will be financially successful. You will have less stress than people who do not manage their money. Class of 2013. Follow your dreams. Don't listen to non-constructive criticism. Don't live within parameters of mediocrity defined by others, and success will stare you right in the face. Go grab it. Thank you very much.